Hi there, Tulsa. Welcome to Tasting Oklahoma. I'm Amanda Simcoe, the Cheese Wench, and this is the premiere episode of our brand new show on our brand new channel. This evening, we are in the beautiful Galley Sink Test Kitchen, Inside Kitchen Ideas by Roger Schollmeyer, where we're going to kick off the season of guest chefs, fantastic four-course meals, and awesome studio audiences. This evening is a little bit different. Instead of me having a guest chef coming in and teaching us some great recipes, I'm going to be your guest chef this evening. So let's hop into the Galley Kitchen and meet our studio audience and have an awesome Valentine's themed meal. So for the last 5 years, I've been teaching Dip Me in Chocolate, and this year I decided that it was time for something new, so we're going to play with vanilla this evening. And my sous chef for the evening is the fabulous Jill Meredith, who I love and adore. She is a food writer for The Examiner. She also teaches classes. She is a food writer for Oklahoma Magazine. So let's get cooking, shall we? All right, we're going to turn on some heat here. Who's played with scallops before? Anybody cook? Okay. Of course you have. All right, we've got some ringers in the audience. So we've got chef, we'll pick on everybody separately that needs to be picked on. How's that? I like it. Oh, you know what? All right. A little oil. All right, rule number 1, screaming hot pan. So while we're over here talking about everything else, we'll start letting the pan get hot. So when we're playing with scallops, for those who have and for those who haven't, the first thing you have to do is look at your scallop. When you get them, you're probably not going to get them in the shell. You're going to get them looking something like this. And you'll notice it's one single piece, and then off on the side, there's kind of a little flap. And the grains kind of run funky on them. It looks a little different. It's hanging off here on the side. This is the muscle that the scallop uses to open and close itself, which is how it feeds itself. It runs the seawater through. So when you get your scallops, take it, pull the adductor muscle off, and chuck it. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to taste terrible, but it's going to be kind of chewy and rubbery and not awesomely delicious. All right, so this is not a super healthy menu tonight. That's okay. My trainer will kick my rear for it later in the week. But it's super simple. And so if you're going to have guests over, or what this is kind of tailored for, if you're going to be cooking a meal for your date, and you might not spend as much time in the kitchen as maybe your date does, I've really picked things that are not difficult. So not a whole lot of ingredients, not a whole lot of prep, not a whole lot of fuss. So what we're going to do here is just not mess with the induction burner. Sorry, Roger, I really like fire. We're going to make a little cream sauce, and we're going to cheat while we do it. You can go to Petty's and purchase what we call lobster base. And Better Than Bouillon is this brand. You can actually find this at Whole Foods. You can find it at Reese's, but you generally can't find the lobster variety anywhere but Petty's. So I've got a little bit of cream in here. Sorry, Johnny. And we're just going to take, and be careful, use this sparingly because it's very, very concentrated. You can actually dilute it in a little water if you want, but this is going to sit here and cook for a while. So you can be lazy and just stir it right in. And then we're going to take a little bit of vanilla. I like the paste, the vanilla bean paste. So basically, we're going to let our cream heat up here. We're going to let that lobster base flavor it. We've got our vanilla in there here right at the end. We're going to throw in a little bit of lemon zest, because I love lemon with scallops. And then we are going to top the dish off with some crispy fried shallots. Everybody here's worked with shallots, right? Awesome, we can move right along. All right, over here, Jill is working on wilting some spinach. Everybody likes spinach? Anybody think they don't like spinach? Okay, good, so everybody's over the whole canned Popeye garbage from when you were 4. Thing about cooking scallops is you do not want to put a whole lot of liquid in your pan. Pop these in here, and you want to let them cook about 90 seconds. Let the other side cook. The other thing you need to remember about things like this when you're putting them in a cast iron pan or something that's not nonstick, meat especially, it will tell you when it's time to flip. If it's sticking to the pan, clinging for dear life, and you're trying to scrape it off there, let it set. When it's ready, those muscle fibers will release from the pan and it'll be easy to flip and you'll have some nice color on there. So don't fight with your meat. Let it tell you what it wants. All right, we're flipping these over and they've got some really pretty color to them. And in about the same amount of time, maybe a little bit less, because they're nice and warm now, they'll be ready to start taking out of here. Now, what Jill's doing over here is she's wilting the spinach, and the reason that most people think they don't like spinach, if they do, is because it's generally horribly, heinously, egregiously overcooked. So the spinach we actually wilt, but you kind of take it out when it still looks like it might be a little bit underdone, because it's going to keep cooking in there. Now, your sauce, which I started making about 5 minutes ago, through the magic of the galley sink, what I'm actually going to serve you sat and simmered for an hour or so. You're going to want to let that sit on very low heat and reduce. But for our purposes, that was just basically to show you that even your least culinarily talented date can pull it off. All right, we are going to get some booze going, and then we're going to serve you a first course. Your date's going to dump you. All right, this is a blood orange. Nice, beautiful red skin. Cut it open. Looks like this inside.